Morning, people. My thoughts. Here we go. Good morning, people. Oh, what do we have fun to talk about? Well, as we know, week 2 of the football season has already started for those of you who are football widows. Good luck with the rest of the season. Um, Everybody else, I basically kind of watched one game this weekend, and I watched the Cowboys-Niners game until I found out at the end of the game, and I didn't find out until yesterday like everybody else did. During the fourth quarter and overtime of the Cowboys-Niners game, Tony Romo played with a broken rib and a punctured lung on his throwing side. Okay, yeah, it sounds painful, and they made comment they had him on the sidelines and shot him with Novocaine and painkillers so he could finish the game. Bullshit. Okay? Since when did it say in the new collective bargaining agreement that players have to play with life-threatening, debilitating injuries while they're on the fucking field? Okay? This I don't get. Now, this is either a fault of the league for letting this happen, a fault of the Cowboys for doping him back up and putting him back on the field, or I'm pretty much guessing it's Tony Romo's fault for wanting to prove his manhood to everybody that he is a better quarterback than people give him credit for. Now, I have made some money over the years and lost a lot of money over the years. We all know that. However, I do not believe that a $17 million a year paycheck is worth playing to the point where you can almost die from your next hit on the field and then won't be able to feel it after the fact. Come on, people. I don't care how much money anybody's making. Nobody's life is worth that much money, okay? It's bad enough these guys are getting paid millions of dollars to play a kid's game. And yes, I will say this over and over and over again. It's just a kid's game, okay? That's why so many people retire by the age of 30, by the way, is because your body just gets too abused and you get a little too old to play to that caliber. Which, don't get me wrong, also, I don't mind watching football. Mostly I watch college football anymore because these kids are trying to get into the pros. So there's no major money involved at that point. It's just they're playing for a love of the game. Now, I personally don't think that getting yourself shot up and you can barely breathe and move to finish a fucking football game a love of the game. That's a love of the paycheck. Okay? And that is wrong. It is absolutely wrong. When these athletes get to the point where they're playing with some major debilitating injuries, and it's not that this is new either. I know I can hear a couple of you out there ranting and babbling about this one already going, well, injuries like this in the NFL aren't new. Well, you're right, they're not. But it was also supposed to be part of the collective bargaining agreement for the safety of the players. Okay, when you were playing with a broken rib that has punctured a fucking lung, and you cannot breathe out of that side, and it just happens to be your throwing arm, and this is where all your strength and all your movement comes from, trying to get a game done? No. Okay? Wrong. This shouldn't have happened. It basically never should have happened in the beginning of the NFL, but hey, some of these guys are just that fucking stupid. Personally, the whole thing is just bullshit. All to try to win a game. Okay? You don't see NASCAR drivers getting in a huge wreck and then turning around and breaking out a backup car because NASCAR made it illegal. Running to the infield care center and going, you broke an arm and you've got a punctured lung and, everything, but we'll put you back on the track. No. There are safety reasons for this, just like there are safety reasons in other sports that when players get hurt, they're off the field, period. Okay, until they heal. None of this, oh, we still have 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter and an overtime to play. I think you can survive a punctured lung. What the fuck is that? Okay, people, if it comes down to the point between your life and a paycheck, I'm hoping most of you are smart enough to sit there and look back and realize money comes and money goes. This is the only life you have. And if you're willing to risk your life, which I will get into another part of this in a second after I just said that comment, if you're willing to risk your life for an overglorified paycheck because you only have a couple years left in the league anyway, I think it's time to reconsider your life and your priorities. Now, there is a section to this that we will discuss real quickly, and that's those people that do take their lives into their own hands, and we know these sports as the X Games. Okay, these are guys that train and practice and practice and practice and practice to perfect the skills and the stunts they are pulling at the X Games, and I applaud them for that. Because personally, they're not making that much money at the X Games either. Most of it's for notoriety, a lot less money than they're making in the NFL, yet these guys are willing to risk their lives to do this. And it's not, once again, for the paycheck. It's because they love their sports. And I give them credit for that. Right? Whether it be the Winter X Games or Summer X Games, you do take your life into your hands with some of these things and some of the events that are out there. And that's understandable if you're psycho. And most of these guys that are in the X Games, and I've met quite a few of them, are pretty fucking psycho. But they're great people altogether. However, they're not doing it for a $17 million paycheck. Okay? They're doing it for the love of their sport and to bring their sport more out into the limelight. The NFL, on the other hand, has been around for about 80 years or so now. At this point, more safety standards should have been put into place, so Tony Romo shouldn't have played. Just a thought, folks. Remember, when the money starts to outweigh your own life, maybe your life's just not worth it. Have fun this week. I'll give everybody updates on the next rant about what's going to be going on with surgery and everything else and all the details. Episode 34 will be out within the next 2 days because I had to rewrite everything, and there's a reason for it. Once you read it, you'll know why. Peace out, peeps. That's the mood I'm in right now. Is I had an opportunity to go shoot squab today, and I think I'm going to go do it for fun. Because at least it's not a paycheck, and I'm not going to get hurt. Later.